Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today, and last time we left off on a cliffhanger. We're running low on food. We've got farms going in, but there's another solution that I've looked at. Right now, we're running really low sometimes on some of these. The power dies out, which kills off our grist mills, which in turn lets us not make much bread. So we're going to turn these down for just a second. There we go. We're going to leave one of everything running except the grist mills. And then that will improve the power situation. And they'll get going there. The other thing we're going to do, this is building as fast as it can. However, over here, we're going to put in another farm just to back it up. Let's put in this nice, efficient farmhouse here. There we go. We're going to plant in carrots over here. Potatoes over here. There we go. We're going to tell them that's important as well, and they'll get all of that in there. Other things we're going to do, we've got one berry hauler there. We're going to prioritize that, but we're also going to go over and grab these right here. Let's see. We're going to go 1, 2 there. Those are also of high importance. And then they should start grabbing some of these berries out of the field. Another way we're going to have to try and make it through this is, well, first of all, we're going to prioritize this. But we're going to make an area over here specifically for processing food. So let's go ahead and get rid of these trees, or at least tell them to get rid of those. We'll just mark those this way, and we'll come out here and erase this road. There we go. Now, we would like some wind power out here first. So I think we're going to start there. And we're just going to make a bunch of windmills across here. There we go. Another wind generation farm. This should be plenty of power, but we'll leave this field open just in case we need to do something with that. Let's take, and we're going to make a row right here. There we go. And over here, let's cut this mountain off just a little bit. We're also going to do this so we can get underneath the road, and then we'll start in on some of the food items that we're going to need. Let's find our grist mill. There it is. So there'll be one that goes here, which means the next one over will be here, which means the next one over will be here. So we're going to just get a bunch of grist mills in here when they can. We're going to come over here. Now, there's probably going to have to be something that lets us get the power under here. We're going to put this here. We're going to remove that. We're going to do that. There we go. And they'll get all of that in here. Here, we're going to put in some packing plants. So we've got 2 there. We'll leave a space for that one. There we go. Get the road to come across. We're going to take some grills, toss them back here. There we go. Looks good. And anything left? Oh, the bakeries, of course. We're going to need those in here as well. We'll get, let's see, 3, 4 of them in there. That should be okay for now. We just have to wait for them to work on that. There we go. So we'll come around the back here on those. We'll figure out what to do with all the extra space in here as well as they build stuff up. While our beavers are working over there, I saw a great comment on what to do with some of these roads that are in the river. We're going to change these out. I'm going to grab this real quick. There we go. And the one that makes the most sense, of course, is the frog. There we go. Now, I've also went in and made a couple of my own textures, and we're going to use those. For example, this lined road we're going to put on either side of tracks, kind of like a warning place for each of the tracks. Let's put those in there. We'll come around. We'll take that out of there. There we go. Here's some that need replaced with frog tile. There we go. Let's go over here. We've got frogs. We've got crossways in. We're going to put a crossway in here. There we go. Down here, we need the frogs. Very important that we get all this right, just for the aesthetics, of course. Put that in there. There needs to be some crossing spaces here. There we go. And then let's check out over here. We've got some warning spaces here that we need. There we go. We've got a couple right here that can go in. There we go. This down here can actually be removed. There we go. We'll fill it back in with frogs. Frogs. There we go. And we'll just go around now and replace out all of these at some point with these warning areas so that they know that that's an unloading and loading area. There we go. That's what we meant for our beaver passengers. We're starting to climb back up in food now, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make sure that this area should always have enough power. We're going to go ahead and replace these with our windmills. We'll make them a little more important so we know those get in there. And then we'll eventually go back through and replace these out with the flywheels to store a little bit more power as well. This railway connection here is going to go up the side of the map here, probably all the way up to here. We might put one in the middle too, just so we can connect in. But to do that, we're going to have to get some dynamite in here. So let's drop those. We'll make those high priority so we know they get in there pretty quickly. And then let's take our tracks and just see where they need to go here, first of all. So we're going to come across here. And I think we'll go out to about, well, I want to go here. So let's say about here. Let's get our turn in. We'll do something like this, something like this. We can remove these two pieces because here we're going to need the warning. And here we're going to need a crossing. So we'll make that important. And they can start work on that. Over here, we're going to blow all this up here. All this here. There we go. So it'll just come along and down here. Eventually, this is all going to have to come out. There we go. So we'll lay out some of the tracks for now. Let's go to about here. And then I would like... Do I want the train on this side or on the other side? Seems like a bit of a waste if we don't put it on the other side. We could definitely use the extra room. So we'll just blow up this area here. Let's see, straight across here. Let's pick up this path and find out exactly where it comes to. That. Over to here. So that area there is going to have to come out of there, whether it wants to or not. There we go. Let's do, I think 4 of them is the length of it. There we go. And we'll redo all that here in a bit. However, I'm going to take this path in the meantime so they can get up there. There we go. We'll just come all the way this way. And as far this way as we can possibly get. There we go. So a long run there. What we can also do is while we're here, let's go ahead and grab some extra food from here. Our food's doing pretty well, and we've got plenty of berries, but I'd like to keep that up, and we've got a couple of extra beavers to help out. We have some of the dynamite in here, so we're going to go ahead and take these out. All of these. Yep, one at a time. This little section right here. There we go. And we're also going to have to take these out. There we go. There we go. We'll set those as this. Those can go out. Let's get in. Oh, there it is. Is that the one I want? I don't think that's the one I want. Actually, I want this one. And it can go straight down here. Over here, we do want this one. Over here, we're going to want this one. There we go. Now we have set it up so that we can get the power out from under here. Let's grab these. That one can go there. That one can go there. We'll set up for this one and that one. Somehow we missed a tree in here. I'm not 100% sure how that happened, but that's okay. We will remove it. Those two can be detonated while we're sitting here. Let's go ahead and get in those, and we will get in our other packing plant. Bakery packing plant. Here we go. Detonate these. Detonate those. We'll put the power under the road here. There we go. 1 and 1, and connect them in just that way. So they'll get to that when they can get to it. All of our large windmills are in over here, so the next thing we're going to do is remove all of these. And we're going to go ahead and remove that too. We're going to put the large windmill in for that one and get our flywheels in. And we'll just slowly replace as much of this as we possibly can without causing too much problem. Our corner over here has made some pretty good steps of getting stuff in, so we're going to put that in there. Going to go ahead and take the rails around the side here. They've already got some of the rails in there, so we're just going to put in more here. It can come all the way up here. And we'll put in another, let's see, good station. Nope, we want a passenger station. And we're going to put it, yeah, right about there. Seems like a good place to me. We're going to put in our crossing. There we go. And we are going to put in the warning roads. There we go. And it'll take them just another bit to get up there, but they're moving along over here pretty well. I know these aren't quite where they need to be yet to be rebuilt, but we're doing okay on power, so I'm going to restart a couple more of these just so we don't get behind on too much. We're going to restart that. That should be fine. We can restart a couple of those, an extra one of those, and an extra one of these. And we'll see how that does. If it starts to have a power problem again, we'll just shut them right back off. Our small settlement over here for just snagging water out of this river here and bringing it into the system isn't doing too bad, but we're going to go ahead and take our train out here to meet the other train line. Let's see if we can get this in here. Now down here, let's see. We're definitely going to need one of these. And then can we actually use... Yep, sure can. We're going to do that. And then, of course, put the proper roads on either side here. There we go. still going to take a while to get through. In fact, let's take this road and go this way with it. We will remove just these bushes in this line here. And hopefully this all connects in eventually. We'll connect that one there. And then we actually need to remove this tree, don't we? There we go. We'll tell them that's important just so we can mark it. We'll go ahead and remove all those. Here is our warning areas, and there we go. Our large windmill made it in here, so we're going to go ahead and just take these two out. We're going to replace those, and then we'll check back in to see how the power is doing over here. We'll turn everything back on once those two are on, and see how it keeps up. We just don't want any dead spots when there's no wind. With those in, it looks like we've got plenty of power most of the time, so we're going to start turning stuff back on here and see what our total power consumption is. It should even itself out, I hope. And if not, we'll just replace another one of these or two of these, and hopefully that works for us. Eventually, we're going to have to take this rail and head out west with it. However, I've kind of boxed myself in this area, so we're going to have to make another extended platform up here. Probably come along here. Then we can take some stairs. We'll come this way off of those. And we will tell them to go ahead, put in all the railway they need here. There we go. Eventually, I'm sure it will come around this mountain and we can look at getting it into this area, but that's probably not a job for today. Our saved water we have up here looks like it might go to a good use if we go ahead and just let it out right now. Oops, that's not the one we want to move. This is the one we want to move. We're just going to set that to 0, let it flow out. Hopefully they'll be able to save some of these crops in here. I don't know if it'll reach all the way around, but the little bit of extra water should eventually drain back into here, and we can keep our water supply high. All of our windmills are put in over here, so it's about time we connect those in. We're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to connect them up just like this. Oops, they should connect all of them that way. There we go. We will put in, we'll put them in right here across the back. There we go. That should get them all connected together. Sadly, it looks like I'm a little low on beaver power again. I have only 5 kits for 8 jobs. I still have 4 free beds, but that's not going to last too long. So we might as well toss in a couple more houses here. Let's do one there, and one here. And that should be plenty for now. Let's go ahead, get this around here. We'll come around the side. There we go. And tell them to remove this one dandelion here. Oops, they're going to have to remove 2. We'll make sure they do that pretty quick. Those I would like to go ahead and get working so we can get some more beavers in there. Oh, look at this. I forgot these roads right here, so we'll fix that. Take a look here. Our dynamite made it in here, so we're going to go ahead and clear out the last of this. Put in our passenger station like we wanted originally. There we go. Looks like I need an extra one here or there. In fact, that needs to move back 1. Okay, so I missed by 1. I forgot that you actually have to connect a road to it. That's going to make a big difference. There we go. We're going to put those in, though. Then we're going to get our crossing. Get our crossing street. There we go. We will put in a light out here, since it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. There we go. We'll put one in here as well. Get the path on the other side. There we go. And get our crossing in here. Looking at our high-rise building over here, I think we're going to need some more of these rooftop terraces, but I don't have a strong way of doing that. Unless we use some of the special platforms, the reinforced platforms. Let's see if we can grab a couple of those. We're going to start with just the ones. There we go. And we will take you out of there. You guys better get out of there while you can. There you go. We're going to remove this and this, and we'll put in reinforced platforms. Now the difference here is that reinforced platforms can use side platforms, I believe. There we go. Oop, that one there, that one there. There we go. And now we'll simply take some wooden platforms here, come on over, and we'll use well-being. Let's get another rooftop terrace in here. There you go. And we'll draw in all of the paths that we're going to need. We're going to need those, and we're going to need... Well, we probably won't need one there, but that's okay. We'll put those in there. And they can get to work as soon as they can on that. These stations up here are doing pretty well bringing in some water. I think we're going to extend them out this way so that we can get down into this little bit of stored water here. So let's take some platforms, come out this way. Need at least that many, if not this many. And then we'll put out 2 and 2s and a whole bunch more 2s. There we go. Grab the 1s. There we go. That should let us pull in quite a bit more water. Right now, we're kind of brute forcing our way through these droughts, but eventually it would be nice if we could come up with a better storage type solution, whether that's pumping it up into a bigger reservoir or the initial plan that I had of just blowing these up to store a whole bunch of water in there. We might start on that eventually. Our aquatic farms are pulling in some resources, but they're not very consistent, but that's mostly due to the river and the setup that they're in. I think what we're going to do is try and build a more dedicated area for water farms, and I think it'll probably go in here. It'll keep the area nice and green, plus we'll be able to hopefully pull in some more stuff. So let's go ahead, grab our road out here. We'll come in between these, and I would like it to go out to, let's do this for the first one, and if we need to make another one at some point, that's perfectly fine. We are going to take and grab this metal just as soon as we can, and then we're going to take, where's our aquatic farm? There it is. We're going to put one here and one here. Everything else in here. Nope, I take that back. Everything else but this corner and the opposite corner, we're going to take out. We're going to go down one level for. There we go. There's that. There's that. And in these corners, we'll put water dumps in there to keep this full of water for the entire dry season. With the drought getting ever longer, I think we're going to go ahead and start on emptying this out just a bit. We'll start around the edges here. We'll do something like this, maybe across here. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Get a ladder down in here. There we go. I might have to move that light, but that should be okay. That's not a huge loss. We can put all that in there. And we'll just work on working our way down and blowing up more and more as we can. Our food is still low, but it is going to recover here. I think if we do something like this and like this, that'll keep them fed. Let's make sure we have, our berry things over here are turned off, so we'll get those back on, and hopefully that helps with the food problem. But I'm also noticing we're low on water and we're 24 days on a drought here. So the first thing I'm going to do is start building water pumps all over the place, just so we can make sure to get as much water as we possibly can. We're going to do those first. Then we're going to come over here, I think, and we will put some in the water here. We want our frog paths since they're going to be underwater. Here we go. We're going to drop a couple in here. Just like that. Get our path again. There we go. We're going to want some down here more than likely. So let's grab that frog path. We'll come from about here. Yep, right there. Let's toss in a couple more water pumps here. Do one here, one here, one there. There we go. We'll come over here, and we want a couple there as well. Yep, something like that. We'll grab this here, come out here. And then finally, I think we're going to put some in here as well. So let's see. Landscaping here, I'm going to need platforms, I think. We're going to need 1, 2, 1, 2. Water pump, one here, one here. Grab the road, come on down. Just for safety's sake, I think we'll go ahead and put in a couple more right there as well. Do that, and then we're going to get some more in here. We probably won't need too many of these, but you never know. So we're just going to build a whole bunch. There we go. Let's put some down in the bottom down here as well. Maybe 3. We'll take our toad path. There we go. Our stairway up. Followed by toad path. There we go. And hopefully that at least keeps us in some water and some food as we go along here. Now here I noticed that if I turn this one on, it still says it doesn't have power. And if I check underneath it, it's because this is actually put in there backwards. So I managed to put that in there backwards. Smooth, I know, but we can fix that pretty easily. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll put the power shaft in the right way. There we go. We will put the food in here. Grist mill right there. We'll make that slightly more important. This one too. We will make the underneath here. There we go. We'll make those slightly more important. And we will make this packing plant more important. And we'll see what we can get on the food side from here. There is this little pond over here as well. So we're going to go ahead and drop at least one water pump in there. And then pick up the frogs, of course. There we go. We'll set that one to slightly higher. And as the water level inevitably lowers in our rivers here, we'll still be able to pick some up. And we've got 20 days left, so we're going to be cutting it close no matter what. Now that this is in here properly, we should be able to set it to wheat flour and unpause some of the stuff around it. And they should have power now. We're going to go ahead and tell them to prioritize to all those too, so they can get a bunch of wheat, a bunch of bread made up for us, along with everything else that we need to cook. Hopefully they get some of this in there, but I'm still worried about our water. We've got 13 days left and 1,300 water with almost 200 beavers plus 33 kits, so we're looking at about 230 or so beavers that we have to get through 13 days with just over 1,000 water. Hopefully some of these small ones will help mitigate that some, but we'll find out as we go along. Well, good news and bad news. We made it to the next water cycle, and we didn't lose a single person or beaver to hunger or thirst. However, a lot of the beavers are thirsty at the moment, and you can see we only have 10 water. So hopefully as this fills back up, we get as much as we can in with the pumps that we have, and then we keep pulling in water from there to fill back up our reserves. I'm hoping that our reserves fill up pretty well and that we have a decent wet season here. I'm going to have a little bit of extra space, it looks like, because I should be able to blow this up, hopefully, and not blow up a beaver. There we go. Have a little bit of extra space here for water. There we go. Get rid of all of those. Detonate those. Detonate those. And they can work on getting some more of that stuff in as we go here. This should overflow and lead to our main pumps here. We've already got some working, it looks like. This one's back underwater, but that's okay. That just means we have plenty of water to work with. But I think we're going to leave it here for this time. We didn't quite get our water farm in, so hopefully by next time we can get that in. But next time we're definitely going to focus on getting some sort of large water basin, whether it's one of these or we figure a way to store water off of one of these. But that will be for next time. So just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!